have the game in hand?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just do a better job finishing our game. You look at the first time we played them, kind of similar situation, you're able to hold off and win that game, but just playing with the lead, continue to do things that got us that lead, and closing our games so many other things.
Is that something that you feel like is a bugaboo with this team, like being able to close out games when you guys have a good lead in the third or the fourth?
Yeah, it just takes just a higher level of concentration. I mean, it's tougher to push a lead, you know what I mean, 15, 25 as close as it is to have fight to come back. So I think for us, just continuing to, when we get those leads, play with the same sense of urgency, the same sense of discipline. I'm not just because.
How do you assess this team's ability to protect leads? I know a 14, 15-point lead now is not the same as it was maybe 5 years ago. It can be, you can come back quickly on it, but how do you think this team does win up big?
Last night, for example, we let our foot off the gas, but I think in general we have to improve on that. Like I said, we get those leads, the pace that we run our offense, the intensity that we defensively play with, closing out possessions, getting out and running. We still have to play with those, same principles because teams are going to just lay down.
Mike has talked a lot about how he wants to see like the leadership growth come from within and come from the players. When that unraveling or those runs are happening that can stretch into big runs, when timeouts are called, is there somebody on the bench or a collection of players on the bench that are trying to address it and nip it at the bud right then and there, or is it on Mike? Or I guess can you take us in the inside of what a huddle looks like during those runs?
The biggest thing is doing it collectively, right? When you get stagnant or things aren't going our way, you can't make a home run play. You can't try to all get it back in one possession or have one knockout punch that's going to put the game away. It's continuing to, like I said, do all the things that got us into those positions, just running, playing with intensity, playing with pace. And I think that's for just a maturity thing for us to do is to grow. And last year, we played a lot of being down in those deficits and coming back, and this year we've had more opportunities where we let leads slip.
How much last game do you feel like you guys passed up open looks, and if you do, what do you feel like kind of caused that?
It's just being on the same page. If shots are there early, we can shoot it. Guys want to attack. Obviously, our free throw rate has been down this year, so guys trying to make other things happen. That's important too. But I think just in general, us just taking the shots that we want to take, better shots in general. And we're double teamed, or if they're showing a crowd, just square through.
And then DeMar in that fourth quarter, obviously he's a tough shot maker, but what do you feel like you guys could have done better there?
There was a few things that we could have, a few shots we could have done differently, but he made a lot of tough shots. Obviously the tip we had to him. They fade away with his feet on the three-point line. And, some of the other tough finishes that he had. Those shots that great players made.
In the final 2 minutes, it seemed like it got a little stagnant out there offensively. Guys maybe standing around. I was curious what your perspective was and what you saw in the final 2 minutes with the offense.
Well, once again, I think it comes back to our first 46. Things that allowed us to get those shots is moving the ball side to side. If you just try to attack on the front side, it's going to be difficult, especially late game. You see if you take still pictures of the last 2 minutes, the crowds that were being shown, with just no movement. It's going to be hard to generate shots for anybody. I don't care who it is in this league. So I think, like I said, us just moving the ball side to side, that's when we got our best looks. That's when we get our best offense. That's what allowed us to get the lead. I think down the stretch, we still have to apply those same principles. Yes, we can get isolations for our guys, but the ball moves big.
So is that just overthinking in those moments? Why do you think that happens?
No, I think a lot of times you can look at the way they played, and maybe if they wanted to slow things down or get to pick and roll, get to isolation, that's not necessarily what we have to do in return. It's not just saying we'll go isolation for isolation. We can still rely on our movement, we can still rely on our shots to get us there because, like I said, their defense became a lot of walling up, became a lot of crowds, and it became tougher for us to make plays, run a lot of bodies.
Obviously, the players-only meeting happened before last night's game, but was there any circumstances from last night's game that, if you're comfortable sharing or able to share, were addressed or brought up specifically, whether it's intentionally or broadly, just about what happened?
I think just in general, what I just said about just that stagnant offense, I think that we have to just trust and rely on late game. Our ball movement is no different than our first 3 quarters. We can still move the ball, we can still get shots. Guys can still be in the flow and take those shots. We don't have to just slow ourselves down, try to get to an isolation, try to find a mismatch and just bog ourselves down. I think we just need to just go out there and continue to play, continue to move, and know that the ball finds energy. So I think that's what can allow us to get through those spurts where we just can't score.
How much do you feel like your pace is reliant on getting stops, and how do you like still play fast if the other team is scoring on the other end?
Well, I think pace is huge. Make or miss. I think we can still run. I think we played teams this year that even when we score, they're running right back at us, and I think that's something especially for us. Running with the sense of where we're at. You know what I mean? If we've missed 3 or 4 shots, they've started a little bit of run. Us just running down and getting quick shots isn't what we want. But I think just the pace of flowing into our offense, the pace of not letting a team just get set and just build up walls against them, I think that's what can allow us to get Fox down here, or open up the paint for Domov, open up the space for our shooters to play and operate as opposed to what the offense did last night.
Last time you were 200% start. What does that say to Coach Ball every single night? To your consistency and work ethic?
Yeah, I think from the average fan standpoint, they look at us as robots, but we're humans. We leave the gym every single day. We go home. We have obligations, responsibilities, and definitely credit to a team of people that keep me healthy, keep me on the floor. It's not just willpower of my own just to say, I want to go out there and play every single night. It's a lot of people, from teammates to coaches to therapists to all the recovery modalities that we have. They just allow me to be able to come out and play every single night.